Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining. Today's video I'm going to be sharing my completed pages for the month of October. October was a really good month for me. I managed to get 21 pages completed, which is probably the most I've ever done. But I really enjoyed working on all the pages I've done. I am still down in Plymouth just now with Kate, so I do go home Tuesday. So I'll be back to filming videos back in Scotland. But I've just really enjoyed just relaxing, colouring and spending time with everyone. So yeah, I managed to do 21 pages, so I'll just show you the page that we did start but didn't get finished, which was this one, which is Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosanna. And we started this one of the Mad Hatter. We just didn't get this, didn't get round to it. But I know there is a tag for next month to do with Alice in Wonderland, so this could go for that tag. I will get all the details for that once I've stopped filming. This was just based with Statler, and then we did put gel pen on somewhere. I think it was on the hair, but I don't like it, so I'm gonna have to think of something else. But yeah, that was that one. So, but that was the only one. I didn't get all of the books and pages I pulled out completed. I think there was about 3 or 4 that I didn't get around to, so I'm just going to carry those books over to November. So they'll be in November's colouring plans, and they'll be priority to start for this month. So we'll just get started. So the first book I completed a page in was Spooky by Sarah Schwick. I think that's how you say her name. I apologise if that's wrong. And the page I coloured was this one. And this didn't take very long. This was just alcohol marker, some Jelly Roll Moonlight for around the cat, and just some darker highlights around as well, and a Jelly Roll Moonlight around the little star. But yeah, this was a really fun book. I'd never heard of this book, so this is actually Kate's book. But what we done was just pick a few books, and we picked a page to colour in each. And then we done some of our own pages as well, but a lot of these are in Kate's books that I've coloured, but she's kind of she's going to let me take the page out and take them home. And I'll just keep them in like a little PDF folder. So that is that one. The next one I coloured in was Le Grand Carré's Petit Poupée, and the page I coloured was this one. And this was Ursula from The Little Mermaid, and I used alcohol marker as a base, some darker highlights. I then done a Luanga gel pen for the leaves, and then I think it was Stickles I used for the bubbles, and just some white Jelly Roll highlights around the side. But yeah, I'm really pleased how this turned out. I did start going over the leaves in like a ruby red, but I didn't like it, so I managed to scrape that off and put the green down, but Kate helped me scrape some of this off. But yeah, I'm pleased how this turned out. So that is that one. The next page is from Lulu's House of Wonder by Lulu Mayo. I know of Lulu and her books, but because they're double-sided, it just puts me off. But since doing that Mad Hatter page, I'm really getting into double-sided books and using different materials, which I've sort of played around with since being here. And I've seen a lot of people have had this book, and a lot of people seem to be enjoying it. So Kate kindly ordered me a copy, because I had a look through hers and I really liked it. So yeah, she ordered me a copy. And the page I coloured for Halloween was this one. This took a couple of days just because of the fiddly bits, but it is just an alcohol marker base some darker highlights, some like on her shoes, the love hearts. I did use a black jelly roll glaze, I think it's called. And yeah, just some darker bits and a jelly roll purple as well. But yeah, I'm really pleased how this turned out. I think there's only 2 Halloween pages in this book. There's that one and this one, and Kate chose this one, so I done this one. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how that turned out. So that is that one. The next one is the next 3 books, sorry, are Matchstick Mouse books. So this is Pumpkin Party by Morgan O'Brien. And if I can get the sticker off, I done this one. Just quick, easy, simple. It didn't take too long at all. Yeah, these books, I think these are what these books are for. Just really, just quick and easy. And yeah, I really like how that turned out. So that is that one. The next Matchstick Mouse book is a Halloween colouring book, again by Morgan O'Brien, and I completed this one of the mouse with the pumpkin. Again, didn't take too long. The marker was running out on this side of the pumpkin, so it is a bit patchy, but it's fine, it's done, it's still a page done, so yeah, I'm happy with that. Again, nice easy page. So if you're not really into detailed books, I highly recommend picking up some of these. And then the last Matchstick Mouse is an autumn, and I coloured this one. Again, just alcohol marker, some white highlights on the leaves, and on the hat as well. And I used on the stars, I think it was a super golden marker, but I've just noticed it's kind of went patchy, so I might quickly go over them again. But yeah, that was the Matchstick Mouse pages for the month of October. The next one is Spooky Vibes by Alexandra Francis, and this was initially my colouring book that I'd ordered, but it came travel sized, and I didn't want the travel sized one, so I gave it to Kate when I was destashing a lot of my books. But we did pick out Cute and Spooky, but I've completed that book, so I thought I would do a page in this one instead. And I done this one. And again, this didn't take too long, nice and easy. Alcohol marker, some white jelly roll highlights on the sweetie, and yeah, really enjoyed this one, nice and relaxing. And there's quite a few pages in here that I like to colour. I love this style. So yeah, that was that one. The next one is by Camille Angelkova, and that is the 58 Halloween miniatures. And I do have this book back home, but Kate let me borrow hers, so, and I've done this one. And I think this could possibly be my favourite page I've done in October, of the owl and the pumpkin. Again, alcohol marker, and then a jelly roll moonlight for around the stars, and then just a little highlight on the eye. But yeah, I'm really pleased how this turned out, and I love the different shades of pink. But yeah, I love it against the black background, so I think it really stands out. So that is that one. The next one is the Pumpkin Killer by Lainey Dow, and I have this book back home, and this is a project book with Kate, but she let me borrow her, so I've done a page for her. And I done this one. And I think, if I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments. I think this is meant to be Donnie Darko. I know of the film, but I've never seen it. So I just went with it. Again, marker and some jelly roll on the nails. Excuse me. And then just some darker highlights on the gravestone, the grass, the stones, and the ice cream that's been melted. So, yeah, really cute, fun book. It's based off, obviously, like different horror characters, and horror movies are my favourite. So yeah, this book is a real treat. So that was that one. I then coloured in 50 ghostly cute miniatures, again by Kimili Angelkova, and I completed this one. This was just quick and easy. Alcohol marker, and then me, Kate, and the kids went in town a few weeks ago, and we picked up some stickers, so I stuck a couple of them on. I think it just adds just a little something to the page. And then it was can't remember what I used for the stars. Again, they look patchy as well. So, but yeah, that was the piggy. So yeah, pleased how that one turned out. I then coloured in Dark Fantasy, horror colouring book, and this is by Jade Summer, M. Wayne Miller and Candice Janney. And this is just right up my street with this book. And I coloured this one. And this was a buddy colour with Leslie. We coloured a page in this a few months ago, and we did pick this page for the following month, but I just didn't get around to it. So I do apologise, Leslie, but that's that caught up with. This was just alcohol marker. And yep, that was it, just alcohol marker and some darker highlights, but I really like how it came out. So yeah, this is just right up my street. That reminds me of Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. But yeah, really cool book. There is a page in here I'm going to save for December. If I could find it. This one. Of the reindeer. Really cool. So this will be for December. So that is that one. The next one is the Disney Halloween colouring book, and Kate picked herself and me up a copy of this book while we were in town a few weeks ago, because we just really liked it. It was quite cute, so we got a book each. But what we've decided to do is do the book together. So because it's double-sided, if I show you, like for example, in my book I would colour this page, and then in her book she would colour this page, so you can use alcohol markers if you want. So that's the way we're going to do it, and just put the book together as a buddy book. But the page I completed was this one. I just completed this one last night, and this took forever, all of these sweeties. But I did have some help from Kate Tegan and Emmy, they all chipped in and helped me with all these sweeties. So it's a group effort. And Tigger was just done with alcohol marker, but I really love this purple around them. I think it was fluorescent violet I used. But yeah, really happy with how that turned out. So once my book's complete and Kate's book's complete, we'll get a folder and put it all combined. So that was that one. I then coloured from Creative Heaven Autumn Charm by Teresa Goodrich, and I coloured this one. This trick or treat page with all the sweeties inside the pumpkin. Do you know what? I really enjoyed this page because it was just quite simple and easy, and I think we put a film on that day and I just got stuck in. I was put off a wee bit by all the little fiddly bits, but yeah, it's done. I can still call the page done. And you could take these pages out. There's a line here you could cut, so this will be easy to take out, and I could put that in a folder. So that is that one. I then coloured in The Fantastic World of the Brothers Grimm, illustrated by Forrest Dives, and I coloured this one. And this was done, I think, near the start of October. And this is obviously Hansel and Gretel. You've got Hansel and Gretel there, then you've got the witch, which I think is really cool. And you've got like all the leaves, and this took a while because it was quite fiddly, but yeah, I was really pleased how this turned out. And I love this book as well, so I might get a copy because I really like this. It was a tie between the Hansel and Gretel page, or I was going to choose, let's see if I could find it, this one. No, it wasn't. It was this one. But I went with the Hansel and Gretel page. I thought this was kind of spooky and it would fit the month for October. And this was just alcohol marker, some Jelly Roll Moonlights, and some darker marker around as well. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how this one turned out. So that is that one. Okay, so the next couple of pages, I done two buddy colours, one with Emmy and one with Tegan. Tegan borrowed Kate's book and Emmy has her own copy. So I'll show you me and Tegan's buddy colour first. So this is 50 Dessert Theme Miniatures, and this is a buddy colour book with Kate and Emmy, and we've just been working our way through it as best we could, and this is my new copy. But what I'm going to do is because I've coloured some pages on my first copy and I like them, so I'm going to take those out and the ones I like from this one and just put it in a folder as one book. But the page me and Tegan coloured was this one, of the bear and the waffles and the honey. Yeah, I really liked how this turned out. I was a bit disappointed at how dark the brown came out on the bear, but it's alright. I'm not that fussed. But I'm really proud of how the waffles and that came out. Yeah, so that was that one. So it was really nice just to sit and spend some time with Tegan, because I don't get to do that a lot because she doesn't live here, so that was nice. And she did an amazing job on her page as well. And she coloured this one in Kate's book. I love the colour of the honey she used and the bear. Yeah, and she used, I think this was a super gold marker she used for the highlights in the honey, and then white highlights for around it. But yeah, she's done amazing on this, so she should be really proud. So that was Tegan's body colour, and then me and Emmy done our body colour, and we done this one of the rhino and elephant in the ice cream bowl. And this was just alcohol marker with a white jelly roll highlight, and I think it was meant to be like a turquoisey pastel blue for the sprinkles, but I really like how this turned out. I love the colour for the vanilla and the mint. So that was my page, and this was Emmy's page. So yeah, she done amazing. She really did a good job on this page. So I did tell her she should be really proud of herself. And she used a golden marker for her sprinkles as well. And then she wrote on the side, body colour with Connor, and she calls me Nuggy, so yeah, dead cute. So that was our Camellia Angel Cova pages for this month, so I'm sure we'll be picking one or two more for November. So that was those. I then coloured from Cute Witch Stuff, which was, this is Emmy's book, and I seen it on her shelf and I was like, oh, because it's October, Halloween, let's see if, what about doing a page in this one? So she was like, yeah, of course, so she let me borrow this book, and I'd done this one. The cat on the broomstick. Again, this didn't take long, and these were golden markers for the stars. I don't know if they're shining. And then around the stars as well. Kate helped me do that as well, because it was the first time I'd used them. So yeah, nice and easy, but enjoyed it nonetheless. I do apologise if I don't seem very cheery. I'm starting to get a really sore throat, but I still want to get this video done. So the next page, the book I coloured was Stained Glass Halloween, colour by number by such and such diva, and I'd done this one. This was just quick and easy, colour by number. I know a lot of people enjoy colour by number books. They're not my favourite, but because I seen it was Halloween, I was like, this will be perfect for October, so I got a page done in this. So it was between this one and this one. I think this is a clown. So it was between that and Frankenstein, but I feel like clowns get done a lot of Halloween, so for Frankenstein. I like how it turned out. So that was that one. Yeah, I got these bookmarks for Kate a good few months ago. I seen them on Etsy, I believe. And you got a pack of 6 or 7 Disney villains, and you get to choose which 7 you wanted. So I got the Queen of Hearts, Scar, Hades, Cruella de Vil, the Evil Queen, and Maleficent, I think. But yeah, they're really cute, and they're great for like page flags. The next pages I coloured was from the Disney Villains Méchants 40 mark pages colour. So I picked a bookmark and so did Kate, but we ended up doing each other's bookmarks as well, so we done 2. So I done Madame Medusa from The Rescuers and Iago from Aladdin, and I really like how they turned out. I wish I'd done something a bit more to her coat, maybe put a wee bit of highlight on it or just something, but to be honest I completely forgot, but I could still do that. but I think Iago was my favourite. But she is one of my favourite villains, so yeah, I'm happy with them. And it's the first time I've ever coloured in the bookmarks. So yeah, they both were just alcohol marker with some white highlight, and on here I used a Jelly Roll Moonlight glaze and that to go around the shapes, which I think makes it sort of pop. So yeah, there's those ones. And then I coloured in one of my favourite books that I got recently in the last year or so, is Creepy Kawaii by Kevin Teowart. Again, this isn't my copy's back home, so I've coloured a page in here for Kate. And I chose this one of Freddy Krueger. This was just alcohol marker, some darker highlights, and some Jelly Roll Moonlight for the highlights at the top on his hat, his trousers, and his shoes. And I'm really proud of this one because I tried a few different things like here, which I don't normally do. I'm not really I don't really try different things, but yeah, I've been trying a few things, so I'm really pleased how this one turned out. And it's perfect for Halloween, isn't it? Freddy Krueger. So that is that one. And last but not least, this is the Disney Vitro colouring book by Hatchet Heroes. And I'm just going to zoom out a wee bit so you can see this one. And me and Kate did colour the same page because this is her second copy. So the page we coloured was this one. Again, this was perfect for October. Obviously villains. So you've got the Sheriff of Nottingham, the Witch from Snow White, Honest John and Gideon from Pinocchio, TikTok from Peter Pan, and Queen Heart from Alice in Wonderland. And this was all just used with Staplers and Crayola Super Tips. And then some highlights with those pens as well, on the apple and in the bow. I wasn't brave enough to do it on them because I'd never used Staplers before, but I think they came out really nice, so I'm definitely going to be picking up a set of them. And this was my second completed page I've done in one of these Vitro books, and I really liked it, so you might be seeing more of this one in the next coming months. But yeah, I was really proud and pleased how this came out. But yeah, so that's that. So that is all my pages for the month of October. Like I said, I managed to get 21 pages done, which is the most I've ever done in a month, so I want to try and keep this up every month. Like I said, I returned to Scotland on Tuesday after being down here for about 6.5 weeks, and it's been great. So yeah, I will be home next time you guys see me. But yeah, I really enjoyed this month. I love Halloween, I love anything spooky, horror, creepy, anything like that. It's just right up my street, so I really enjoyed all these pages this month. But yeah, I'm going to carry a couple of books over, but you will see them in my November plans, which will be up Wednesday. So yeah, you'll get to see those books, the ones I didn't manage to complete this month, but they will be priority for November, so I will get those 4 done first before I start doing anything else. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my pages, and yeah, I shall see you guys in the next one.